other running event final, the mixed gender 4x4. Now, Gordon, I watched the mixed gender 4x100 meter medley relay last night in swimming just to put myself in the right headspace for this. The U.S. finished disappointing fifth in that one. So I thought, hey, they're going to be out for redemption here, but they do not get it done. Poland wins the first installment of the mixed gender 4x4. Dominican Republic in second. The U.S. third. The U.S. ran the team that I thought they would run, the fourth and fifth place people from the trials. So that ended up being Trevor Stewart, Kendall Ellis, Kaylin Whitney, and Vernon Norwood. But a disappointing result, I think you'd say, from the U.S. It's kind of the expectation that every 4x4 they win. Doesn't matter if it's men, women, mixed gender. We expect the U.S. with their depth to figure out a way to get it done.
Do you think there's any now thought after this performance that Team USATF will start thinking, hey, maybe we shouldn't be sending our JV squad to the mixed 4x4 final, and that maybe we should try a little harder and put in a Randolph Ross or a Quinera Hayes and get that extra half second or 0.75 seconds. So
the guy who anchored for Poland, his PB is 45.5. The U.S. should be able to beat that. I don't know what his split was today, but the U.S. should be able to use their second group or their third group and be able to find 45.5. Now, they were way down here after two legs. And some of these countries, yeah, they ran their better people. Dominican Republic has Paulino, who's a sub 50 woman. So that's a solid entrant. And I saw the Netherlands ran Femke Bol. Obviously, Poland ran some solid runners. Their other male runner was right at 45 flat, and Sweetie Arisatek's a solid runner for them too. It would be the equivalent of the U.S. basically running, some of their best people. But until the schedule gets sorted out, and there's clarity on like when this event is going to happen consistently, it's just going to be meet to meet. You see the splits there. So yeah, U.S. was down quite a bit. Paulino, 48.7 on that second one, which was about a second and a half faster than Ellis. And then the Polish woman split a 49.9 faster than Ellis. Stewart, I guess he's in first there. And then the second women's leg, Kaylin Whitney, 50.59, but that was behind Poland's 50.47. Norwood ran 44.43, which was faster than the Dominican team, even though they got beat, but slower than the Polish runner. And then Femke Bol, 49.74, didn't help Netherlands get a medal. It'd be interesting to see if that factors in, because she's still doing the 400-meter hurdles. Like that event, they did the first round yesterday. And she's still going out there. I don't know. What do you think? Like, what would you do if your job was to allocate the Team USA resources as best you could to get as many gold medals as possible? What would you do given the schedule?
I would use up a top 3 400-meter female. Because I feel like the difference between a Kaylin Whitney and a 49-second Felix Hayes or Jonathas is very different versus the difference between a 44-second Norwood or Stewart, and they're probably a guy like I feel like Cherry or Randolph Ross are probably going to run 44 seconds as well. Like, and 43, I don't think they're going to go to that well, right? So I think the difference, what they should have done is they should have ran a top 3 female with Kendall Ellis and then Stewart and Norwood. And I guess who that top 3 female is, you see who wants to do it, right?
Yeah. So we were talking the past couple of weeks about, is Felix going to do this, because we just assumed it was a sure gold, and throw her in there just to grab another gold. But they really could have used it. She
would have done it. They probably would have won. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Do you think she could have split 50 flat? I think she could have split 50 flat. That seems pretty reasonable. Yeah. And that would have been enough to cover that margin of victory. Yeah. But yeah, the US was I mean, after two legs, they were in a bit of a hole that they had to climb out. Dominican Republic with Paulino really put the pressure on everybody, but yeah, it's going to happen when you're choosing that second group. Or in the case of if you're just listing overall top 400 meter women, right? You'd put Muhammad, McLaughlin, Mo, and then you'd put the three 400 meter women. So this was really 7-8 basically for the US, and yesterday's were probably 9-10 if you look at it.
Yeah, I mean, basically, U.S. had an opportunity to put in a 48 high and a 49 low and a 243 low, 243 mids, and would have won by like multiple
Yeah.
seconds. But obviously,
Yeah.
they're prioritizing their individual events. It is what it is. Congrats to Poland. You know, it's okay. It's
Yeah.
okay. U.S. doesn't need to win everything. It's okay.
Yeah. I mean,
It would sting a lot worse if they lost an actual 4x4. Like, let's be
yeah.
honest. As Carl Lewis says, it's a clown event. So,
Well, this is the one.
It's a clown loss. Then
There's only four people in this relay, and if other countries have really, really, really talented people like a Paulino, right? Like that's going to put pressure on you, and then you build your team out around that one superstar. And it's going to make, or in the case of Poland, just a lot of depth there, really solid. But I think that the priority is the 4x4. It's not the mixed gender 4x4.
yeah.
And if the priority was, if this relay was thought of the same way, as the 4x4, then we would have seen, well, we would see it at the end of the meet and not the beginning, but we'd also would have seen better people up there for the US. And they ran faster than to people like, why didn't they just stick with the same team? That the first team just barely cracked 3:12. So this was faster. Now I know there were all sorts of issues with that one, but that was ultimately slower than what they put out there today with Stewart, Ellis, Whitney, and Norwood. Okay, do you want to talk about the discus?
Yeah. I won.